This season, Texas Tech is switching to all mobile ticketing. That's right, season tickets, mini plans, and single game tickets for all Texas Tech football, men's basketball, women's basketball, and baseball events are now mobile. So what does this mean for you? Convenience. Because your tickets will be stored on your mobile device, you no longer need to worry about receiving or printing physical copies of your tickets. This new process eliminates the need to coordinate meeting times for ticket distribution by allowing you the flexibility of easily transferring your tickets from your mobile device to the personal device of friends or family. So arriving to the game at different times is no longer a problem. Eliminating the costs of printing physical tickets allows us to put more resources into enhancing both the student-athlete and fan experience. Prior to arriving to the stadium on game day, be sure to check your Apple Passbook or Google Pay and confirm tickets have been added. On game days, all you'll need is your phone, your physical parking pass, and of course that Raider Power Spirit. If you have any questions, feel free to contact support in the Texas Tech ticket office at 806-742-TECH or visit texastech.com/mobile ticketing.
It's typical Tech. Typical Tech.
It's a touchdown, Red Raiders.
Fantastic.
Lubbock and leave it.
And they hail from Lubbock, Texas.
That's pure Texas Tech. Hello and welcome to another edition of Typical Tech. Hope you are having a great week. Just about a week away, a little bit more than a week, from our first Texas Tech football game of the year, Texas Tech and Houston Baptist on September the 12th, 7 o'clock to be on ESPN Plus, part of the Big 12 Now Network. I'm Robert Giovanetti. Thank you, as always, for joining us. We've got a really interesting show today, I believe. We've got Zach McPherson, who is a defensive back in the Texas Tech secondary. Zach is a senior, transferred here from Penn State last year, played last year, and is coming back for his senior year this year. He is a graduate student, and so interested to hear from Zach. Again, thank you for watching Typical Tech. It's brought to you by JFerg Pros, a proud partner of Texas Tech Athletics. When it comes to roofing, construction, and plumbing, don't settle for anything but the best. Contact JFerg Pros, the best solution for your home or business. Thanks again for tuning in to the Texas Tech Athletics podcast channel as well. And since we do have Zach McPherson on, he is our Tech trivia question, our typical Tech trivia question today. He was tied for the most pass breakups on the team last year with one other returning defensive back. Who is that? We'll give you the answer when we come back after this interview, joined by Texas Tech senior defensive back Zach McPherson. Zach, thanks for joining us today. Been kind of a busy last couple of weeks for you, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah, for sure. These last few weeks been probably the busiest of my college career with everything, that's going on nowadays. Yeah.
Let's talk about that a little bit. You're going to class. How are those classes? Are you all online?
Well, I just only got one class, and that's just yoga, so that's all I'm doing.
That's not bad. Is that an online class, yoga?
No, it's in person. It's in person. It's just a real nice, relaxed class.
Had you ever been a yoga guy before that?
Never in my life.
Has it been hard? I mean, you're a good athlete, so what's it like for a guy like you doing yoga?
I mean, it's good because it's right before practice. Like, I got it today at 12, but some of them stretches are pretty difficult. I'm not going to lie to you, but for the most part, I can stretch it pretty easy.
Hey, has it made you, I mean, how long have you been doing it? I'm actually fascinated by the yoga stuff.
This will be my 4th day today.
Okay. All right. So we need to check back with you at the end of the year and see if you're more limber or if you're
oh yeah, for sure. It would definitely be better.
So how are you how's that helping you academically? Where are you academically? Trying to finish up?
Well, yeah, so basically my other 6 credits are coming from my internship, and I'm almost done now. I'll be done my internship I think the end of this week. So from here on out, I just have the yoga class, and I graduate in December with my master's degree. So. And
what are you getting your master's in?
Interdisciplinary studies.
Okay. So and what's your internship been
in? My internship was at McGavick Nissan. So I've been working there since last season, and I was able to use it as my internship. So
that's awesome. And then for those people that are watching, you've got a Canadian flag over your left shoulder, and then over your right shoulder you got the Maryland flag, because you're from Maryland, right? So that's originally where you're from. So you're representing everything there in your room.
Yeah, for sure. Got to.
Okay, Canadian flag is from a buddy of yours. Is that what you said?
Yes, sir. My old roommate gave it to me. He's from Canada, Ontario.
So we've been talking about, school. And so actually school might be more relaxing for you than anything else with the yoga, but you're back on the practice field. But then you guys also have been dealing with some of the racial issues and the racial controversies that are happening in the country. And so tell a little bit to our fans that what are you hoping to accomplish from this? What would make you feel like, hey man, we're starting to see some progress being made?
Well, yeah, being a college athlete, we got a big platform, and we didn't want to let that go to waste. With everything that's just going on in this country right now, we have a big voice that can be heard, and our main goal is just to bring light and to bring change on all these things that are happening within the country. So, like for example, this past week we went to East Lubbock. We did a cleanup over there. We did basically a community outreach. Had a bunch of kids out there playing with them. We also did voter registration over there, and we're gonna do that again here Thursday here at Tech for the students. So really our main goal is just to bring change, just to bring light. None of this was, in the act of trying to be a distraction for us because, we're still focused on the main goal, which is to win a Big 12 championship. So
Have you been surprised by people's reaction? How have people been reacting to you guys?
We've been getting a lot of support from it, to be honest. I haven't really paid too much attention to the negative support, but for the most part, people have been supporting us. Supporting the cause that we're doing it for. So that's good.
Zach, when you hear a phrase, we see a sign out in front of the FTF, Black Lives Matter. What does that mean to you?
Really, what that means to me is it's not saying that other lives don't matter. It's just basically saying Black lives need to be treated as equal as everybody else, and that's really just life. I try to live life with a good heart. Love everybody, and don't hold any type of remorse against anyone. So I feel like everybody should just be treated the same. Nobody's better than one another.
You've been put in kind of the role of speaking a lot about it. Just, you like doing that? Do you like being out in public and being the face for different things?
Oh yeah, for sure. I love it.
You see, you're good at it. I told you the other day after we did this video thing, I said, I thought you were pretty good. You seem to be kind of natural. You might have a future in like TV broadcasting or something like that.
We'll see. Hopefully sometime down the road. Yeah.
So on the field, how's it been for you guys this year? You got a new coach you're working with, and Coach Jones. What's it been like? How you feeling a couple weeks in?
I feel great. Better than ever. With Coach Jones, KP, Cosgrove, with all the new coaches and the coaches that have been here, we're clicking better than ever. And really what it is for I say the defense is the confidence level that these coaches, on the defense side of the ball and Coach Wells are giving us is really helping our game and helping the defense click better than a whole. And I say the chemistry is better than ever from the players that have been here before me and just from being here this past year. So.
Yeah, and that's interesting because you got a lot of new faces. You got a lot of transfers that are in this year, and you still feel like the chemistry has been really good, even with the new guys.
Yeah, even with the new guys, it was an immediate click, and the vibes are totally different around the building, and you can kind of feel that energy out there at the practice field too.
When you look ahead to the Big 12 season, and again, you guys have been dealing with COVID and you've been dealing with a lot of the health issues that you can't even completely out of your control. Do you feel like, hey, the team is kind of hitting a stride maybe at the right point as we get close to playing a game?
Oh yeah, I feel like early in the summer we had a lot of close contact cases and stuff like that. But for the most part, I say the majority of the team, we're doing our part, trying to stay away from the coronavirus, and whether that means just not going out and just taking cautious steps. But I feel like everybody on the team is doing their part, and we're keeping it out of the facility, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's like you guys just come in and practice and get out. It's been kind of weird to not seeing you guys around. So for people who don't know, you transferred here. You grew up in Maryland, transferred from Penn State. What was it that made you decide, hey, I want to come down and finish out my career at Texas Tech?
Well, when I put my name in the portal, Tech was one of the first schools that have reached out to me. Wells, he had gave me a few calls, and originally I had really no idea who Coach Wells.
Uh-huh.
But then it turns out that I talked to my brother after I got off the phone with him, and he coached my brother when he was at New Mexico. So I was like, oh, wow. So I kind of got a little blind chemistry with him. So I went on a visit, and, I ended up falling in love with this place. The weather, it's a totally different vibe from what I'm used to back on the East Coast. But, I always wanted to try something new, see new people, new faces. And, I wanted to come down and help this program win.
Has it been a good experience for you? Do you looking back on it saying, hey, I made the right choice?
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. I think this is probably one of my better decisions in my whole life. So I don't regret it.
You're not missing any snow or anything like that?
That I do, man. I do like the snow. The snow is probably one of my favorite, weather. I love the snow. Love it when it's cold too.
Yeah, I do too. I'm kind of with you. I missed that part. And we get a little bit of that.
Right.
You mentioned your brother, and you've got, am I remembering this correctly? You have 6 brothers? You one of 6 brothers?
Yeah, I'm one of 6 brothers, yeah.
And you guys all pretty athletic, right? That you talked about your brother playing at New Mexico. Your dad played in the NFL.
Yeah.
So what was it like growing up in the McPherson household? Pretty competitive?
Competitive every day, no matter what it was. It was competitive. I can't, even when it came down to like, who's going to eat first or who's going to take a shower first after practice, you name it. It was competition every day. And that's kind of what molded me. Being a young one, I was the one getting pushed around and stuff because I was the youngest. But I'm here now. So,
are you? So you're the youngest of those 6 brothers?
Yeah, I'm the youngest boy, but I have a little sister as well. So
yeah. So does she have that kind of competitive drive too?
Yeah, she does, but she's spoiled, so she kind of gets whatever she wants because she's the only girl.
Yeah, youngest and only girl, that adds up to something like that. How much, do you stay in contact with your brothers? Are they interested in, are they, following closely what's going on here at Texas Tech?
Oh yeah. Every week. I mean, it's kind of hard. It's a lot of them to reach out to, but when I got the chance, I'm definitely reaching out to my family. We're talking every day in the family group message. Talking with my brothers yesterday. He's trying to make it out here from the game, coming in from Denver. So,
yeah. When you look back on where you are now, who do you think has had the biggest influence on you is to get into where you are today? Who do you think is the coach or somebody that maybe has influenced you the most?
I'd say my grandfather. Just the impact he had on my family. He was kind of like the cornerstone of my family, and his work ethic from a young age, from stories I hear about him, it's pretty crazy, and he kind of left his mark on me, I feel like, and I just want to make him happy and make my grandma, my parents happy, and just do right for my family because they have helped me a lot getting to this point in my life.
And you're a long way from home, and so they have to. It's good that they're able to check in on you and keep up with you. What are your plans for? You're going to get the Masters. What are your plans for post Texas Tech days?
Post Texas Tech days and probably football. I want to be like a commercial real estater. That's kind of like what I want to get into. Something me and my dad have. My dad kind of does it for Verizon, something like that in that field.
Uh-huh.
I kind of like what he does, and I probably want to take another internship if I can, just to get a feel for that, because I didn't take an internship in commercial real estate. I took it in something else. So,
but you got pretty bright future when you think about that, right? You're about to walk out of here with a master's degree, and you're, again, hopefully you can play football as long as you're able to.
Right.
Then having a career after that.
Yeah, and if hopefully, depending on the season, if we get that extra year, and I decide to stay, I'll probably start working on my PhD. So,
man, that's pretty impressive. So, is that something you would say, hey, if I get one more year, I'd love to stay and play another year?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
right.
Gotta make the most of it.
As we wrap up, I know we're going to hear a lot more in the next couple of days about social issues, and I always tell people, man, I'd love to bring our student athletes to every one of your houses, right, and just hear from our student athletes, because I think the best people to tell the message is you guys, and you guys are passionate. You guys really feel these things, and what would your message be to our fans? Some of our fans who might even be a little upset, thinking, hey, they walked out of practice or something. What would your message be to those fans?
my message would be just, everybody has a role. And, in today's society, I view it as how can you make the world a better place, and how can you, be a better person, to be the best person you can be. And, whatever way you view that as, just for me personally, it's just, you know, leaving people happy and making an impact on the world in a positive way, not bringing no negative energy towards any situation, and just being nice to one another, showing love. And I feel like that's how everyday life should be. And the world would be a much better place. It's still a great place, but it'd be a much better place if everybody did that to their world.
Good stuff, Zach. All right, good luck in yoga, and we'll check back on yoga at the end of the semester, see how you've been, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the field here pretty soon. So thank you again to Zach McPherson. Easy to root for that guy. Look forward to seeing him on the field here in just about a week against Houston Baptist. We asked the typical Tech trivia question. Zach was tied for most pass breakups on the team last year with which other returning defensive back? The answer is senior DB DeMarcus Fields. So Zach and DeMarcus Fields tied for that. So looking forward to seeing DeMarcus as well. So it should be a great year for Texas Tech athletics. Hard to believe after all we've been through since March. We'll be hopefully playing football here in just a little bit as well. As we finish up, hope you listened to Zach's message. He had a great message about love, accepting one another, accepting the differences in one another, trying to be part of the change. When you look at what the football team has done in the community, not just football team, but all of our athletics teams, working with the communities, helping to register the vote, getting people to get out and vote. You're going to see the football team take part in Habitat for Humanity this weekend. They're going to do a lot of community work on game Fridays before home games in Lubbock this year. Lots of great things happening with Tech athletics. So don't just focus on one or two things. Look at the big picture and all the great things being done by our student athletes who proudly represent this double T. And you know what? That is typical Tech. We'll see you next week.
It's typical Tech. Typical Tech.
It's a touchdown, Red Raiders.
Fantastic.
Lubbock and leave it.
And they hail from Lubbock, Texas.
That's pure Texas Tech.
J-Ferg Roofing Pros.
Knowing that your communities have turned to J-Ferg Roofing Pros to roof your schools, churches, and hospitals, you'll find comfort at home living under a J-Ferg roof. If you want a quality roof from a local company who will be here after the storm chasers are gone, call J-Ferg Roofing Pros today. Don't just get a roof, choose a J-Ferg roof.
The best solution.